Hey gang, John Backrella here with your Lake St. Clair Fishing Report, brought to you by Sportsmen's Direct. It is Wednesday, May 1st. That's right, we made it all the way to May. Water temperature at Belle Isle is up to 55 degrees, and it's just holding steady there, and I think she's just going to keep going up from here on out. Going to guess likely around the shoreline area, around the mile roads, is probably 60-ish degrees, with maybe some spots even warmer, by late in the afternoon with the sun out. Some pretty stable conditions coming, guys, from considering the lousy weather with all the winds we've had, including today. I mean, she was just blowing like crazy offshore today. And then the weekend was pretty bad wind-wise. So anyways, but looks like the rest of this week looks to be really good. Light winds starting tomorrow. Maybe a little rain here and there, but doesn't look like a whole bunch, at least right now in the forecast. But the bottom line is, looks like the winds are going to be good. And that offshore wind today is going to be helping push out that dirtier water for you guys that are going to chase smallmouths. But anyways, walleyes are still on fire. I apologize if that's getting old, but they are. The Detroit River is still going strong. St. Clair River is going and picking up speed. But that Detroit River right now, for you guys that think the big fish are done, the big fish are not done, as Isaac Hanna and his dad proved to me earlier this week. There's still some big fish in the system, and there's still some big, females that have not spawned yet. So, it's going to go for a while yet, and it doesn't look like the silver bass are much of a problem, at least up on the north end right now at all. So that walleye bite is still going strong. I know some of you guys are telling me that, you're having, huge numbers, but you're actually throwing some fish back, some even catching some undersized fish. So there's multiple year classes involved in that run right now. If you're on fish that are not the size that you want, then move. And counterintuitively, you may want to move shallower to get where those big spawners are at, if that's what you're after. If you're just after eaters, then there's plenty of those to go around. So, but that run's going to keep going for a while. But the new news right now, and I told you guys this last week anyways, remember when I did that lilac bush thing, right? Where the, lilacs in bloom, walleyes in soon, or whatever. At least that's what my dad used to say. But like I was telling you guys, the walleyes are there. And we're getting reports of limits of walleyes off of the beach by the guy for the very few, infinitesimally small number of guys that have already been out there trolling this week. And right now, the water clarity is low, which means that the walleye fishing is good. So between Geno's and Metro right now, if you guys want to go out and pull harnesses, the walleyes are there. And you never can tell how long they're going to be there, because when that water cleans up too much, then those fish move out, and once they move out to a certain point, they just keep going. So get them now while you can. You got good, or I should say lack of water clarity in there between Metro and Geno's, and all the way down through the mile roads, and really kind of sporadically all over the lake. You've got kind of a mishmash of color. I looked at the satellite image, and it was kind of hard to tell because of the cloud cover. But you could really see the color in the water, and you could also see that there was kind of a mixture. With all of that wind that we had and all the rain that we had, it really kind of turned things up. But it's not like unfishable dirty water, especially for the guys that have been chasing the walleyes, figured out. The clarity is really good when you get into the right clarity, and usually that's like 3 to 4 foot visibility. If you can find water that's got that greenish tint to it, that's just not like chocolate milk brown, those walleyes, if you find them in there, they're going to be feeding, and they're going to be feeding heavy. So that's the news on the walleye right now. They're there. Go get them, guys. You should be able to get them out in front of the 400 Club, Geno's. Even down there closer to 9 Mile area, that's not a bad area out there either, and it's kind of a mixture. You get out past the smally bedding areas, you get out just a little bit deeper out in front of Forge Cove, there should be walleyes there. Should be walleyes, plenty of walleyes down by the dumping grounds. There's going to be walleyes kind of like up and down the American shoreline in pods, all the way from Metro all the way down. Probably all the way up into Anchor Bay too. So, and for you guys that are casting at night in the St. Clair River and the Detroit Rivers, that's going strong as well. Off the point at Metro and South River Road should pick up here really quick if it hasn't already. So that's for you shore guys. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Catfish. So, remember I was saying the catfish bite was really picking up last week? Well, Spencer got in on him today. He got one of them phone calls telling him, you better get down here right now. And he got down there and he didn't miss out. He got in on some big cats today. So that's going strong too. Those cats are in enjoying that color in the water. They'll be right up on the shoreline for you shore anglers where you can get those big channel cats. And it sounds like the numbers and the size this year is really good on them cats. My buddy Joe Bauer, who owns Smallmouth Heaven Guide Service, he's kind of switching over right now, doing a lot more smallies probably than he is wallies. But I was talking with him today, or actually I was talking with him yesterday, and he was telling me that, with the weather this year, he's caught some smallies that are already spawned out. Tails all beat up, the fish itself looks beat up and look like big hens that have already dropped the payload. Yet he's still catching lots of pre-spawn fish as well. So I'm going to guess that big warm-up that we had a couple of weeks ago, those fish pushed in shallow, did their thing, and then got out, which is really good for the actual fish population because they were pretty much unmolested during that time period, and we're going to get a longer spawn. But as of right now, the water temps down in those mile roads are hitting that perfect temp where I expect like a huge push of fish to move in there. And that's whether you guys that are chasing them can see them or not. Those fish are going to be in there spawning, whether the water clarity is such that you can actually sight fish them or not. Those fish are going to be in there. So over the next several days, as that water clarity improves and it gets cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, I think you're going to be surprised to find how many fish are in really tight and actively spawning right now. And with the water, with the color in it and the sunshine and everything that we've got right now and the warmer temps, it's going to warm up really fast in there. So those fish are definitely going to be in there. If you're planning a trip, this might be a good time to get in on that smallie action while these fish are really shallow. So that is going right now. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. It's really going to be a short one this week because there's not a whole lot that's changed other than all those fish that pushed in front of Metro there, or at least guys finding them in front of Metro. Get out there this week. Take advantage of, the good week ahead and hopefully a good weekend and all of these fish that are in really close to shore right now in springtime on Lake St. Clair. Hey gang, if you like our content, hit the little subscribe button and the bell icon and you'll be notified as soon as we put out new stuff.